What is up, my friends? My name is Echo Through, and today myself and Cleric Dragoon are here with the 5th episode of the Spring Trap. We bring with us Clashing Duke, one of our longtime friends from Clash of Clans. He's here to just chat it up with us today. We have a bunch of questions from you guys on Twitter, from my live stream last night, and just a bunch of other questions that we came up with for your entertainment. We're going to be talking Clash of Clans. We're going to be talking about random life things, New Year's, and all that kind of stuff. But the first thing that we're going to be talking about is Clashing Duke. Before I get into that, I want to say thanks for coming down. I appreciate it, guys. And Goon, why don't you say hi to everybody before we hand it over to Duke?
What's going on, everybody? I'm pretty stoked tonight. I hope you guys. I hope you guys had a great Christmas. I did. It was a great break, so I'm charged tonight. I'm ready to go.
Yep, and Duke, you are here on the stream. Why don't you say hi to everybody and tell everyone a little bit about yourself, who you are, why you're here, and why you're awesome enough to be on the Spring Trap, man.
What is going on, guys? Clashing Duke, as you know. Thank you guys for having me on, Goon and Echo. Excited to be here. I love watching you guys get into this. This has been always something that's really near and dear to my heart, just hearing you guys talk, hearing everything that's going on in your lives, not only with Clash of Clans, but everything that's going on in your real lives. It's really cool. But for me, Clashing Duke, my channel here, I'm pushing 10K subs, which is ridiculous, which is even blows my mind. You know, I remember having 100 subs, 50 subs, and being super excited about that. But now 10K is ridiculous in my mind. You know, I'm just a regular dude who loves playing the game and hanging out with you guys. And you know, when I make the videos, it's just out there to just chill and be cool and have fun and, you know, be goofy, be a little bit goofy. And you know, I'm looking forward to this, get to be a little bit more like myself and not so serious about, you know, war attacks and farming and getting loot. So, no, I'm interested to get into this, and let's roll.
All right, man. Thank you. And if you guys haven't even checked out either Goon or Duke, their links are in the description. Make sure you check them out and show a little love to their channels. And I want to say, I'm pretty sure, before I get into the questions, that looking at you guys, I think I may be the youngest one for the first week here on the Spring Trap, which is exciting for me. It's a first in Spring Trap history, which is only a month and a week old. But just wanted to just say that, and I'll move on. You don't have to even respond.
That's killer. I think we are exactly the same age, Echo. So
I don't think exactly.
You know,
I don't think we're exactly.
I might be a few months older and maybe a few pounds in the books up on you though.
Possibly. And yeah, so let's move on from that. I want to remind everybody that's going on in the chat right now that we take a look at the chat throughout. If you guys have questions, we copy paste them onto a board over here, and we answer all those questions later. Our topics are going across in the ticker right now, and that ticker is basically going to be the flow of the show until we get towards the end, and then we're going to talk to you guys and everything. But we will every once in a while make a little bit of a discussion about what's going on in the chat as well, if you guys want to just chat it up. But thank you guys for coming here, for supporting, and for being part of this. And I want to mention Clashing Duke, Cleric Dragoon, and myself are the 3 guys that are in charge of covering the Circle of Clans. So
Yes,
the whole clan family, we are the 3 that are putting content together for all of them, which is pretty cool. And it's all put together, actually, by Cleric Dragoon. He's the mastermind behind the Circle, and he brought in Duke and myself you know, a couple of months back, and it's really been a great thing. So that was just a little bit of a, you know, random fact, I guess, but that's who we are.
Let's don't forget about our buddy Late Sleeper. He's another content creator in the Circle. He streams mainly, but
yeah,
let's show Late Sleeper some love too.
Yeah, man,
he's a
1,000
streamer.
subs.
Yep, and he's in the chat right now too. He may have left because I didn't mention him. He may be angry. I'm not sure.
Rip.
But yeah, sorry.
Oh, Corrupt. What about Corrupt? Yeah.
There you go. There you go. He's coming in. He's coming in.
Hey, man.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, see, I shouldn't have even mentioned it. Now I'm hurting feelings. All right, let's get into our first question. It's coming from Twitter, and it's up on the screen right now. It's from Drew3006, and he asks, he really liked the clan games. He thinks that's what the game needed. And are they planning to do more clan games? Also, what do we think of it? So, Goon, why don't we start off with you on this one? And, you know, are they clan? I mean, in my game, that spot's empty. So, are they bringing it back, or is it gone forever? And in addition, do you like it?
I tell you what, as far as the clan games, I really thought it was great. You know, it perked up the clans that I'm in currently with my accounts. So, and I'm in quite a few. So I think, you know, it really helped out with activity quite a bit. As far as are they bringing it back, Man, I ain't in the loop on that, dude. I'm kind of like the guy looking in the window on that thing, you know? So what do you guys think? You guys might be in the know.
Well, I personally am pretty much in the same exact boat as you, Goon. That is a tight-lipped thing. You know, maybe a day before we might find something out, but other than that, right now, I have no idea. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be in the spring. So that I'm not too sure of. So, but as far as what the games and what I think of them, I think the last I guess go around of the clan games, there was a huge war over in I think heavy hitters versus black bombs. So I actually had to jump out of Assassin's Corps and get over there to cover the war. So it was a little bit hectic just because of the timing, but we were still able to get up to the top, which is pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to using the books and everything, but also because I'm a Max Town Hall 10. It doesn't do me a much of good right now. I'm just going to hold them and back pocket them until we get up to Town Hall 11.
Yeah, I'm doing.
Yeah,
the
I was
same
in that
exact
war,
thing.
by the way, Duke. I might have recorded a couple of hits from that war.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm the usual
hear you,
thief
man.
of content, though, so at least it's not me this time. Never intentional. But and as far as me, they definitely are coming back with clan games. I mean, they have that empty space in the map right now. It wouldn't just be sitting there all cut out for no reason. I don't know when it's coming back, but we know that it is. I definitely do like it as well. It adds a little bit of fun, a little bit more motivation, especially for some of those casual players. It's just a reason to get more involved in the game. And one of my buddies from work is in here right now.
Nice.
So yeah, it's something enjoyable. I like it, and I think it's coming back. It's definitely coming back. And let's move on to our second question from Twitter, and that one's from C. Brazy, and he asks us, thoughts and speculation on Town Hall 12. If you haven't already discussed, I can't remember. I think we did mention a little bit last stream, but we'll talk about it again. And options on heavy clouding recently, even without the clan games in the past 3 games. 3 days. Is everyone boosting, possibly? Duke, take this one.
Yeah, I think clouding is one thing that's always going to be an issue no matter what, because it's so hard to control with the way the shields are run. And people jumping on now with the clan games, I'm sure people are getting in there, especially for the first handful of days to try and get in, the first handful of hours to get in there and get those rewards. It's big time. But I did see a lot of people were nailing out those rewards pretty quick in their clans. So maybe some of those pushing clans will get in there, get those rewards quick, and then hop off. But if you're up in Legends, which I never have been to Legends, it's always going to be a struggle, and it just comes with the territory, basically.
Goon, what you think?
You know, as far as I'm concerned, man, I hadn't been farming much this week. I did experience some clouding with that Town Hall 11 account after the update, but my 9s are maxed, and I hadn't really farmed with them, and I hadn't farmed much this week, man. So I'm kind of guilty for that. So I'm probably not the right one for this one.
All right, and I was doing a bit of pushing myself, actually a little bit more on stream last night, and there's definitely clouds, more than we've seen before, which is fine. I'm not really worried about the clouds. In Titans, it's not so bad. You definitely have to wait a little bit. But as far as Town Hall 12 coming, I think that, this is what I said last time that we discussed it, you know, Town Hall 12 is going to come. It's going to come at a time when Clash of Clans and Supercell feels that they need to create more content because there's a large enough number of people that are waiting to be, you know, waiting to move on, needing something to do. I'm assuming right now there's a very small percentage of max Town Hall 11s in the game, so adding a Town Hall 12 is not really necessary right now. But I think it's coming, and I mean, it's definitely going to come. I mean, if it's not coming, that means the game is dying, and I think that Supercell is far from letting the game go. So, yeah, Town Hall 12 is going to come. Not sure when, though. My guess, if I had to guess, I'd say a year from now, probably around next winter. Huge winter update. That's my guess.
Yeah,
So,
I got to tell you this, guys. As far as Town Hall 10 and 11 content, the clans that I cover, it's been just crazy. Just crazy the amount of 3-star attacks I've seen currently, and this is from clans that are running, you know, typically a standard attack strategy. You know, 11s dipping. They're starting to switch their strategies. I cover more CWL clans than I do NDL clans, so I'm starting to see a shift in how they're operating, at least for their farm spends, and even for some of their matches. You know, so it's been quite interesting to say the least. However, I think the jury's out on if there doesn't need to be a tweak on the update as far as the whole Expo nerf and heal through the Infernos. What about you guys?
I mean,
I personally, sorry to cut you off.
No, go.
I personally think that this update was kind of like a headway into the ushering in of Town Hall 12. They're trying to say that Town Hall 9, not Clash of Clans, not Supercell, but they're trying to say that Town Hall 9 is going to be the new Town Hall 8. Well, what better way to do it than make Town Hall 10 easier as far as from an attack standpoint, and also same thing with Town Hall 11. So that guys will want to move up now and get into it, because when Town Hall 12 drops, the Town Hall 9 Lifer's Goon, they'll be more, reluctant. They won't be so reluctant to jump up and do it. I think they'll do it, and then you're going to see basically, 12s, 11s, and 10s going, just because 10 won't be so ridiculously tough. And the hit rates with what I've seen, I know my last bunch of videos have been Town Hall 10 videos, but it's because there's been so much crazy content on it with, Queen Walk Lalo, you got Queen Walk Hogs going through, you got Gobaho going in. So there's so much going on right now. And it's been much better than I anticipated, because, everybody's now tripling everyone, which I think has kind of worked out. The hit rate has raised up from, I think, in the majority of the clans outside of like CWL and Byte, it's gone from like maybe, 17% up into like maybe like 30%, which to me is not terrible.
Right. You still got to have a good plan. I mean, you can't just roll a 10v10 without a decent plan. But I'm just seeing attacks now that I've never seen at Town Hall 10. I've never seen a stone Gahobo on a Town Hall 10, but I've seen it, and it's coming, believe me, in the videos. But I've seen a lot more conventional attacks without queen walks, just standard shattered entries, stuff like that, Gobo Laloons, Gahobos, and I'm just like, whoa, like what the heck? So the meta right now is definitely got a lot of shifting to do, and there's going to be definitely a lot more triples to be had. And I think we might see a lot more interesting attacks at Town Hall 10 for sure.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. That's the one good thing out of it. I mean, the Inferno Tower nerf, it just stinks, though. I mean, it's not even an intimidating defense anymore. You'd always try and, plan your attacks around that Inferno Tower, but now, I'm going in with Bow Witch, and I'm just throwing an extra heal spell in there, and I heal right around the Infernos, and I really don't have an issue at all. So looking at my log, my farming log, or my pushing log, I get a lot more triples than I was before, and it's not because my skill is improving, it's just because that the Infernos are just not as intimidating. They don't get the job done the way they used to. So for someone that wanted to be a Town Hall 10 because they wanted to have that solid, defense and really be able to be a solid defender, I don't think that's offered anymore. I think it's pretty easy to break through. But let's move on.
Definitely.
Let's move on to the next question. It's from Mike Pryor. He was in my stream last night, so he was talking about this, and he said, discussion about the current temporary troops in the game. We're talking about the Ice Wizard and the Giant Skeleton. Would you like to see them permanently in the game? Duke?
That's a good one here. I don't know if you said Goon or Duke, but I'm rolling with it anyway. You know what? I don't like having all these different crazy troops in there that are like the Ice Wizard is such a specialty and the Giant Skeleton is such a specialty. But I kind of like the way CR does it when they introduce a new card. It stays there forever. It doesn't just go away. But so I mean, if I was pressured, I would say, yeah, keep them in for good. I do think it would maybe calm people who are always asking about new troops all the time. Maybe that will ease up on that a bit. Maybe I know Late Sleeper, I was in the stream the other night, and he was talking about how he loves using the Giant Skeleton.
He's so I think right maybe now in the chat.
I think if there was more time, then guys would develop. You get these high elite attackers that, they develop these strategies around these troops, which would be pretty cool to see how a Giant Skeleton meta would be used in war and not just for some, goofball dropping one in here and there in an attack. So, which I think would be pretty cool to see. So I say, you know what, roll with it, bring him in.
I tell you what, speaking on the Ice Wizard, I know you guys are concentrating on the Skelly because that just dropped, but that Ice Wizard, I made a video today, and it was a bunch of attacks, conventional attacks with ice wizards added to regular wizards. And man, on the funnel, it was beautiful because the the red wizards or burgundy or whatever, they cleaned out the trash buildings on the sides, and the ice wizards eased up and got the secondary defenses, the secondary funnel defenses behind the walls. And it was just beautiful as they funneled in wall breakers, boom, boom. And it was just a beautiful penetration and entry into the base.
So you like the ice
so
wizard?
I like them.
Right.
I like the ice wizard. I like them.
Yeah. And for me, I don't use either one of them too much, but I do like the idea of, creating a new troop and keeping them in the game. It doesn't do much, much harm. It just offers more variety. And for someone like myself or the other guys here in the show, gives us more stuff that we can make content on. It makes the game more fun. So I'd say leave them in. That would be my call.
Plus,
right,
I have an Ice Wizard t-shirt. I like to roll with that Ice Wizard t-shirt every once in a while since I quit Clash Royale. Basically just rage quit. So
yeah,
I like to wear my shirt during my Clash of Clans videos.
We're talking about Clash Royale as if you still played the game, but really, I know the truth. I saw that moment when you just ditched.
Go on.
All right, let's get on to the next question. It's from Alex McElroy, and he says, discussion about using heroes in war while they're upgrading. I know that there's been some scuttlebutt, if you want to use that weird word, about that, but, you put your hero down, it's down for 7 days, and unless you gem him or her, you don't have that hero for war, and for those serious war people, they basically have to gem their heroes if they're going to be part of a war. Do you think that heroes should be available for war, maybe just not for farming when they're down? What do you guys think?
Absolutely. I do, but I know Supercell's not, because that's that's a money thing right there, guys. I mean, the gems is money. I mean, they're not going to do that. They'd just be cutting their own throats. But I would like to see that, of course, as a competitor in the game. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, you say that they wouldn't. You say they wouldn't do that because of money, but there's been a lot of changes they've made to the game which have lost them money over time. Cook times, P.E.K.K.A.s used to be 45 minutes to cook up a P.E.K.K.A. There's been, excuse me, a lot of things that have changed that definitely affect the Supercell wallet. So it's a valid point.
True.
It definitely would affect that, but they've done it.
Yeah, I think that's never going to happen ever. So I think that's one of the primary sources of the funding, which keeps the game free. So I think it's never going to happen. I pretty much, know that's the way it's going to be. Not that I know personally, but, I guess you can read between the lines. People have been asking that since Clan Wars started. And what three and a half years later, it's not going to change. So
Probably right. All right, we'll move on to the next one. It's from, it's a question that I thought of myself. What is your least favorite clan castle composition that you come into either in war or farming? What do you attack and say, oh man, I did not want to see that coming out of the clan castle? For me, I'll just go ahead and say it's either going to be a lava hound or a golem, just because it ties up my queen. Probably the lava hound, because it does have that, that deadly effect once it pops. So you guys?
I hate to see Valkyries, max Valkyries, especially if you're doing a queen walk or something. You might have to hit your ability. As far as a hound, I like seeing hounds.
Really?
It's like yummy. Yeah, because I'm most of the time I'm doing air attacks anyway. So a hound's like, oh, good, thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna say balloons only because I'm using the golem, bull, or Valkyrie farming attack here, and if my queen tends to veer off, and then the bowlers rip on through, and the balloons will come in and just tear up my bowlers. So I gotta hope my queen gets over there quick and takes good care of them. But other than that, I'd rather not see balloons come out while I'm farming. Like I said, I don't get a chance to war too much, so. I think what always killed me in war was especially when some of those wizards back in the day used to just tear up some attacks because they can get in there. But I also go with Goon. Valkyries just tend to tear up some of your ground troops, which can be killer. Which you think everything's planned out accordingly and great, everything's going smooth, and then these girls come out and just tear up your troops, and then your raid just bottoms out from there.
Yeah, good point. Good point. All right, we'll move on. Mike Pryor from Elite Academy asks us, what are our hobbies outside of Clash of Clans or outside of YouTube altogether?
Ooh, is there anything outside?
Yeah, I know. Is there a life outside of YouTube?
And YouTube? Wow.
And work.
Yeah. I know personally, you know, I love movies and TV. So, you know, when I'm not working on recording and editing and stuff like that, I'm usually watching Netflix once the kids go to bed. So I'm a big like Marvel guy. I love like everything about Marvel, whether it's the movies, the shows, the Punisher just wrapped up not too long ago. So trying to find some more things to watch. I just actually started watching The 100, which is kind of new to me. It's been around for a couple of years, but I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that, but that's my show I'm on now, The 100.
That one's all right.
I hadn't seen that one. I watch a lot of movies too, Duke, but I tell you what, you know, time is kind of tight at times for doing as much content as we do, but I like to shoot occasionally, as I say, drop brass on the ground. But anyway, I like to recreational shoot with my girls. I got 4 girls, and all of them love squeezing that trigger. So that's
Nice.
that's what I do for that's a little stress reliever too. You know, also can be preparation. Never know.
Preparation. That's true. And for
Well,
me,
you need to be sharp, guys.
Prepper.
You need to be sharp.
that's true. I guess. I don't know. I don't have any guns. I'm not on that scene, but it's cool
You got
stuff.
guns.
Wow.
You got guns, bro.
Yeah,
where they
those-
are. I know where they are.
So my hobby outside of work and YouTube and family is well, there's not much. I go to the gym. That's just kind of a lifestyle. I wouldn't really call it a hobby, but it does take up some of my time on a daily basis. But literally for me, I spend so much time on YouTube. And when I'm not making videos, I'm watching videos. And when I'm not watching videos, I'm on my social networks talking about what's going to come on with videos. So really for me, YouTube is the main thing outside of my responsibilities and my family. That just takes up a ton of time. So, you know, I guess you could say
I do
going
play
to the gym is
PS4 as well. I forgot to mention that. And you do Echo, don't you? You play PC, right?
I play a little bit. I mean, I have Steam installed on my PC right now, but very little bit. Like I got Call of Duty, the newest Call of Duty. I played it twice and I've had it for a month, so I wouldn't call that a regular hobby.
I got you.
I do, you know, I like doing the mobile stuff because it's easy and I have the kids around, so if I could hop on for a few minutes and get a round of something in Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, and lately Arena of Valor has been taking up a lot of my time. Those are 3 games that I really enjoy, and you know, I play them for fun, casually, as a hobby, and then it just turns into a whole YouTube thing. So I guess you could say I play those games as well.
Yeah, I actually just started once I stopped playing Clash Royale viciously. I jumped into The Walking Dead, like I think it's called like No Man's Land or something like that. So that's a bit of a change of pace. It's more like chill. You know, you take turns attacking the zombies. So, but I like the music, so I like the soundtrack of The Walking Dead. So that's something cool that I jump in. So I'm more of a mobile guy because I'm terrible at first-person shooters, whether it's PC or PlayStation console. I played with Goon a couple times, and I just get behind those guys and just shoot at anything that moves, and you know, get like very few kills. So I'm bad. I could be on those blooper reels that get like millions of views if I put my stuff on there.
There you go.
So,
That's the key to YouTube success right there.
There you go.
It is being terrible. Yeah,
Exactly.
I'd be great at that.
It's a huge learning curve though with first-person shooters. Like you have to really get the handle on those controls.
Yeah. Well, I'm so competitive and I want to be so good at everything like right away. So that's what makes me angry. Like playing Clash Royale, I had like 500 matches under my belt, and I wanted to be, you know, the best guy out there. So I have no patience for that whatsoever. So I'll stick to farming in Clash of Clans.
Yeah, there you go. Drop down to Gold League, or in your case, what was it, Bronze League, and do your farming down there?
Yeah. That was
serious?
good stuff.
That was good stuff. I did.
still
enjoy
get yelled at
series.
for that.
All right, let's get into our next question. This is a more serious one, and it's well, we'll just say it. Should animals be used for testing? So animal testing. Do you think that that's something that's good or bad? Completely off topic of Clash of Clans or anything even casual. What do you guys feel about animal testing? You know, as far as I guess from like rats all the way up to monkeys being used for testing to benefit people for their health, medical reasons. What do you think?
There goes that spring. You just never know, Duke. You
I popped the
just
spring, man.
Never
I
know.
popped the spring.
There you go. I'll let Duke answer this one. Go ahead, Duke.
Wow. Okay. What is that old saying? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I'll basically roll with that. I mean, if it's something that can be good and beneficial to, I guess, the human race with cancer and things like that. I say we go for it. I love animals. I have pets of my own, and of course, I would never want to see anything hurt or anyone hurt like that. But if it can save a life, I say, why not? As long as it's controlled and in a humane manner, if there is such a thing. But I say, yeah. I mean, if it could save like a little boy's life who is struggling with some terminal illness, I say, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Goon, you on the same page?
I got it. I gotta agree with Duke. Honestly, I mean, it comes down to sometimes if it could, save a life, a human life, and it could be your kid, it could be your mom, your dad. I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of those things. It's not great to talk about. It's not, I got pets too, Duke. Matter of fact, today was training day. We got a helper dog or a service dog that's in training. We're trying to get her ready for my daughter, and it takes a lot of work, man. So yeah, I'm a pet guy as well, and I don't like to see it, but at the end of the day, it's one of those necessary evils, really.
Yeah, and there's a difference. I mean, an animal's an animal. I understand that, but there's a difference between someone and their pet dog versus lab rats and stuff like that. Although they are mammals, they are still animals. There's a difference. But
yeah, is it any different from what they're doing with, this is a whole nother topic, but with like food and chickens and how they produce food in mass quantity? I mean, is it really any different than that way? I think those animals are getting treated far worse, probably.
Oh, I agree. It's not that the rats and the lab animals are being treated poorly. It's that, sometimes they're getting different drugs. They're getting, sometimes they'll die, of course, but it's not like they're being kept in inhumane circumstances like what was that show? There was something that I watched on Netflix about, food in America and about cattle.
Forks Over Knives.
Yeah. What's that?
It's Forks Over Knives.
It wasn't that one. It was something just like that though, but it showed how the animals are being treated, and it was sad. It makes you think about what you're eating sometimes.
All right.
But all right, I got another most random one for you guys right now, and it's about security cameras, and I'm bringing it up actually. This is my own question because I work in a school, and in my school, there's no real security cameras outside of maybe the front door and stuff like that. So they've been talking about bringing security cameras into the school, into the hallways, and they haven't mentioned into the classrooms, but you always have to wonder about that. So I know that you guys don't work in the same field as me, so you may have a different opinion on it. But how do you guys feel about security cameras watching you, Big Brother watching you, meaning your boss, basically all day long if they want? Do you guys have cameras at your jobs or no?
Yeah. I mean, there's cameras where I work at, obviously, for security purposes. But I mean, there's not like a camera in my actual workstation, so I'm not, under that type of surveillance. But we've got cameras in various locations, obviously, for, like I said, just security reasons.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, depending on where you're at, I guess like, a train station or something like that. I mean, there's certain locations you'd want to, I guess, have them up, or schools. Like, I don't know about in the classrooms per se, but maybe the traffic areas where people are coming in and out. And if something were to happen, to a kid, get abducted or something, that you'd have that camera there to be able to identify the suspect or something. I mean, I guess there's plus and minuses to it. I mean, nobody wants to be on film all the time, but I think there's places for them and places not for them. Obviously, bathrooms and things like that is definitely not a place for them. But I think entrances and hallways and maybe something like that would be good.
Yeah, I'm pretty much all for it. I'm down with Big Brother if it keeps people safe. These are the times that we live in. Privacy, whether it's your phone being tapped, people listening in. I know they were talking about this in The Simpsons like 15 years ago about, the government is listening to pretty much every single call that we make. But if it's going to stop any kind of attack or somewhere where people could get hurt, I'm down with it. Put cameras, on the streets, on street corners, schools. Definitely. I have 2 little girls. So, I think that the schools should be 100% safe as possible. And if that means putting, a couple dozen cameras in there, I'm all for it. Yeah, definitely.
Crazy B, C Brazy, I should say, has a good comment. 13 reasons why schools need cameras. Did you guys ever see that show? It's a Netflix series.
Did not.
It's a great show. I mean, me as a teacher, I loved it. It's great for those of you that have teenage kids. It talks about it's a suicide, about a show about this girl who commits suicide, and it's 13 reasons that she wrote down in her book what made her commit suicide. Each reason was a person, and it really just takes a look at it. Maybe a little extreme because it's for TV. It was a book also. But it gives you reasons, you know, it shows her reasons as to why she did what she did and all the small things that may have happened in her life that led to, you know, her taking her life. So, very, you know, there were some tough parts to watch of that show. But it was really a great one. I actually, when I saw it, I told the other teachers in my school they should really check it out because we deal with kids in that type of situation. But it was impactful, it was strong, and, you know, so good point right there as to having cameras in the schools and showing it, you know, and just to keep people safe. Not sure that it would have helped in that aspect, but right. Still, you know, as a father, I want someone to be able to be making sure my kid is safe all the time. As a teacher and, you know, as a person in the workplace, I really don't want anybody watching me. So, you know, but if it came down to it, I'd choose the father role and make sure that my kids were safe. So
right. To piggyback on that, Echo, I know you're a school teacher now.
Yeah.
Something I always thought would be pretty interesting to do is maybe people going into these schools. We've had you know, a good handful of school shootings, especially here in America over the past you know, dozen years. Mm-hmm. What if they put like 2 Marines that are coming back? You know, they're coming out off of duty, looking for a job back home. You put 2 Marines in each school. You know, keep them separate, floating around. You know, I think any person who wants to go in there and cause any harm would think twice about going into a school with, you know, 2 Marines floating around. I mean, of course, you'd want to go through and make sure they get all the evaluations and everything's cool. But I know those guys would love to protect kids from anybody harm doing. I always think about that stuff. But
yeah,
absolutely.
That's a good point. I mean, in my school, you know, I have a school that is not just your regular district kids. We deal with special needs children as well as kids that have behavior problems and stuff. So we have 2 security guards and an actual police officer. But really what it comes down to, I mean, at least in my experience, and this is not the only school I've been with, but school is a business and they want to spend money in areas they want to spend money. So, you know, putting 2 Marines up there is going to cost them extra money. And I don't know. I think it would be great to have it.
I'll pay the extra taxes for that, though.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. But you know, when it comes down to it, everything is looking at money like any other thing, any other job. But I mean, they do have the security guards, they do have the cop, but stuff still does go down. I mean, we had a pretty crazy week, you know, right before the break of stuff going down with all the support that you have. So, but you know, like you said, more protection the better. Let's move on. Next question. Do we even read blogs anymore, guys? I was an owner of 2 blogs over the past 6 years before I started YouTube. I created them from scratch, sold them both. I was huge into blogs. And I personally have not read one in forever. I don't know that I could even read anymore, guys, besides when I'm reading tags and descriptions. Do you guys even read blogs, or is it all media?
I just want to say this. Ward's in the he's in the audience right now. He'll tell you about how much I read blogs. He knows. He'll probably write a really good synopsis about it. But ultimately, no, I don't read blogs very much. Mm-hmm. If I can't see it on YouTube, it's probably ripped for the most part. If you type me something with 3-4 paragraphs, I'm probably gonna read a paragraph maybe. After that, it's just like skim. Yeah, that's me right there.
You're a typical guy, so that's how we kind of roll.
I've actually gotten really good at looking at a picture and being able to tell 100% what that whole article is about. So I basically look at the photo and I get the gist of it. Yeah, it's amazing.
I need to learn from you, man.
Yeah. It's good, man. It's a good strategy that I'm using.
So. Echo's 8.
Hey, Goon, someone just dropped a question in there for you. In the chat, what else LWCW Clan Wars do we cover? You would be the one to know that.
What LWCW Clan Wars? Well,
do we have any LWCW clans?
What's that?
Do we have any clans in that league?
Yes. Pink Onslaught currently is our LWCW clan. Matter of fact, I had a video today come out with one of the wars I covered with Pink Onslaught. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But I mean, you know, I don't do recaps, so like I just do war attacks. So like we hadn't got as much content for LWCW because if I see a lot of the same attack, I don't record. Like it just depends on the day I'm recording. So yeah, but we do have Pink Onslaught representing the Circle in LWCW.
All right. And Duke, safe to assume you're not a blog reader yourself?
If it's something interesting about like the Philadelphia Eagles, I might jump in and check it out. Maybe Carson Wentz and us going to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl. I might check that out. But usually I'm just perusing around for a quick little blurbs and that's it. Nothing too in depth.
Okay. I'm not a fan of the Eagles, I have to say.
Well, it's because you're a Giants fan.
You're
looking up right now. So
I'm a bitter Giants fan, is what I am. That's fine though. All right, I got a few more questions I'm just copy pasting in here, but I'll get on to the next one while these questions are coming in. And the next one, what were your favorite things that happened for you, YouTube life, personal life, whatever you like, in 2017? Realize, guys, tomorrow is New Year's Eve, so we have a couple of New Year's Eve and New Year's resolution style questions coming for you right now. So what was your favorite thing that happened in 2017?
Goon.
Wow, favorite thing, man. That's
Yeah,
a lot of things. Yeah, that's a tough one to narrow it down to one thing.
Well, no, you could say more than one thing. What are some
Favorites. Highlights? Well, I tell you what, one thing I was thankful for is I reached 4K subs in my YouTube channel. I was so thankful for that. Very stoked. Love the support, guys. Like, I was like, wow. I'm like Duke. I can remember back when it was, 100 subs, 50 subs, like, so I don't really check that stuff every day, but the other day, I got a notification from one of the apps I use. It said I hit 4K, and I was like, wow. So that was one thing. That was a milestone for me, and I was thankful for that. A lot of little things, man, personal life stuff that I won't get into, but I'm thankful, obviously, for our Circle fam. A lot of that little stuff. I mean, it might be insignificant to some people, but it's a big deal for me, and I'm thankful to see it growing and doing well. I'm thankful for you guys. You guys came over to the Circle in 2017. Bam, I'm so happy to have you guys in. So, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of little things, man. But I don't know, 2017 was a good year for me. I just got to say that.
Yeah. I agree. I started off with, when I left my first clan, which was the end of 2016, and I jumped over with Echo into the Bada Onslaught family, and then, that rolled all of us. Now we're in the Circle, and there's so many good clans, so many good people. And I mean, that's the cool thing about it. And, doing YouTube is cool. And, I don't think I'll hit 10K before the new year, which is tomorrow, which is no biggie, but, I take it with a grain of salt. So, but you know what? I just like the interaction. That's the biggest thing. You reach out. I know you guys can attest to this. As a YouTuber, you get to talk to people from all over the country, and we're just having fun playing a dumb game. And like, I love seeing. I keep all my notifications. They pop up on my phone. It's not like I'm getting 500 comments a video, but every time one comes up, I stop. I look at it. I go over it. I try and that's like a communion basically right there. So I think that's the biggest thing is building up something that is community based, and it's really cool. And I know it probably none of us here are ever going to hit like 1 million subs, and that's no big deal to me at all. But meeting good people and talking about a game that we love to play, that's about it.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I personally want 1 million subs, so speak for yourself on that one. That's my goal for 2018. No,
Aim
but
high. Yeah.
I mean, before I get into the YouTube stuff, I have some great moments. I have some great people that I've met, both through obviously YouTube, through my real life, people that I work with, friends that I've made, some really important people who have come into my life this year, people that I talk to on the daily. So I'm just thankful for a lot of new faces that have come into my life. I'm thankful for my family, as always. And as far as YouTube goes, you say that there's small, insignificant things, but we really do put so much time into our YouTube channels. It's like our thing. It's our I don't know. It's just what we spend so much time on. So for some people, you know, Goon, they may say, oh, you hit 4,000 subs. That's a highlight of your year. But to you, you know how much work went into that and how much effort and how much passion into every thumbnail that you put together.
I love it. I love it, though. That's my favorite.
Exactly. I know. So point is, you know, all the insignificant, small little things, they build up and they really are important. So for me, the support that I've gotten through this year on YouTube has been amazing. I love everybody for it. I got recognized by Clash of Clans. So did Duke was put in game. That was pretty darn awesome. It's pretty cool to see your video in a game that you play that, you know, millions of people play. It's pretty cool to be acknowledged by the developers. So that was a huge highlight. And there's definitely some people. You know, I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and I remember back when I started YouTube, I was a couple of months in, and, you know, you try talking to some of the larger YouTubers, and, you know, they just don't happen to respond to you. You know, you don't get those conversations. And, you know, now I can reach out, and I'm in that community. I get to talk to these people that I wasn't able to before just because I was so small and insignificant, you know. So I've basically gained a little bit of clout, and people actually know who I am and they'll talk to me, which is great. Not saying that I'm anything huge, but at least I can have a conversation when I need it. So that's a pretty big thing as well. And yeah, that's the stuff I'm happy about. And I have another couple of questions. I teach health and phys ed for those of you guys that keep asking. And let's get to the next question that I already have. New Year's Eve plans. What are you guys doing tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, Duke, that's on you, bud.
I'm actually going to be hanging out with the wife and kids. We're going to be heading over to friends of ours to ring in the new year. I know it's hard for me even to stay up till, you know, midnight out and about now, let alone to be having any adult beverages or whatnot. But I usually take it easy, spend time being happy being with the kids and family, and then you know, ringing the new year, and then head home. You know, eat well. That's definitely something I'll be doing. I'm known for that. So that's one of the things I'm looking forward to. Pushing into 2018, it's amazing. It feels like it was just 2017 rolling in. So, what about you, Goon?
Tomorrow, I'll be doing a birthday party for one of my granddaughters, and then later on that night, I might have a few drinks and usher in the new year. But I'm a night owl, guys. I work shift work, so I'm definitely not a normal sleeper. I stay up late all the time. Even when I'm working days, I typically stay up a lot later than I should and sleep minimal. So yeah, I'll definitely see the New Year's end tomorrow.
Yeah, me too.
And maybe be on voice, possibly. Who knows? I mean, we'll see on Discord.
I'll be here, low-key night, no babysitter for me tomorrow night, so I'll be at the house, ringing in the new year here at home. I was thinking of doing a New Year's Eve stream, but I've streamed 3 days in a row, so I'll probably take tomorrow night off and just try and catch up on maybe some other stuff. But nothing crazy going on for me over here. So, and Braden Jackson asked if any of us have talked to Powerbang. I know that I have. I'm pretty sure you guys have also. Am I not right?
Well, I mean, I hadn't physically spoke with him, but I mean, me and him DM a lot. I hadn't talked to him on voice, though. No.
Duke?
I mean, outside of the little groups that, you know, where most of us are in with him, it's, you know, everyone's busy, so it's hard to really hop in and talk. I know with like the developers build, you get in and out and things like that. So nothing too in depth, you know, outside of, you know, hey, what's going on with this glitch here and there? What's up with this? Does anybody have the new golem, the PNG that I can have? I mean, that's about it. So nothing. Yeah, nothing crazy. So other than dropping on the stream, saying, hey, Duke, hey, Echo, what's going on? And that's about it. So
I had a conversation once with him, actually twice, when we were talking about when Plex Chat came around, and I had a nice voice chat with him and the owner and creators of Plex Chat, which was pretty cool. I actually have a screenshot of that Skype call just because at the moment I was like, wow, you know, I'm on with Powerbang, which is probably why the person asked the question in the chat, because he's a big name in the game. So, you know, everyone wants to know, did you talk to Powerbang? So it was cool. I felt pretty cool that I got to talk to him, but super cool guy. You know, very nice person in the aspect that I was hanging out with him and chatting with him. So nothing but positive things to say from myself. Moving on, New Year's resolutions, boys. I know I don't have one.
Stop eating everything in sight. That's mine, pretty much. And upload more often. I know sometimes working. I know everybody here works really hard, but you're working, you got kids and everything, and sometimes, I choose Netflix over, maybe working on the video, and so I think I need to get more consistent with that. So I think that's it. So not eating at everything and being more consistent with my uploads.
Well, I just got to crank out some content, guys. I kind of made me a little buffer pad until that update come out, and I got busted, man. So I got to grind content just as hard as I can for the next week or so. So yeah, as far as resolutions, working out, all that stuff, I ain't even gonna start that. I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. I ain't worried about it, man. I'm good.
Yeah, I think mine is to maintain also, which is not really a resolution, but my plan is to continue doing the gym and to continue uploading. I've been doing YouTube for 1.5 years, and I haven't yet missed one day of a upload. So,
that's insane.
And it's basically my OCD and my obsessiveness that makes me tell myself I can't miss a day because I haven't yet. And as soon as I miss one day, I'll probably be okay with missing more. But plan is to not miss that one day. So I'm gonna try and continue with the grind that I've been doing because it's been doing well and it's been fun. Let's move on to
that's amazing.
Thanks, man. Jimmy Diaz, or actually he's asking me, but I guess we'll talk about all of us. What are our thoughts on teen pregnancy?
Oh,
that's good. Yeah, I love these harder questions.
Oh,
I welcome them.
Terrible.
Thank you.
They should be locked up until 21. So yeah.
Chastity belt's coming back. Let's go.
Now you're asking two guys here with girls. I have 2 boys, and they're 5 years old and 1 year old. So,
man,
what do you guys think? I don't know how I would handle having daughters. I'm so happy that I have 2 boys. Not that they can't
2 thumbs down. Yeah.
get themselves into trouble too, but a good friend of mine who was actually in the stream earlier said to me once, you have. And I'll make it clean for the stream. You have a son, you have to worry about 1 penis. You have a daughter, and you have to worry about all the penises in the world. So how do you feel about that, dads?
For me, I worry about them, but at the end of the day, whatever happens, and you just deal with it. That's something in my life that I've come to grips with. If something, whatever happens, good or bad, if something happens with my daughters as far as that's concerned, we'll just deal with it. It's just something that's going to happen. And, whether they're ready for it or not, they're going to have to get ready, and we'll have to get ready. So there you go.
That's a great outlook, man. It's very well balanced, I have to say. Much better answer than I would have given, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd be running down the goons, look up that the AK. I'd be banging on the door. Just give me whatever.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, it's not exactly the best thing you'd hope for your daughter or whatever. But there's a new life coming in the family, and you're going to be a granddaughter or a granddad, and there you go. So
yeah, I joke around about it now, but I love my kids no matter what. So
yeah,
that is.
Yeah, I'm a protective person of people that I care about. So it's easier for me with boys because although I'm very protective of them as well, it just feels like they're at a little bit less of risk of, I don't know, being taken advantage of or something. So that's why I'm just happy I have the boys. Although I would love it if I had girls too. But teen pregnancy itself, not looking at it as a parent thing. I mean, teens have sex. If you think that teens aren't having sex, then you're living in a hole somewhere. So it happens, and teen pregnancy is going to happen. I remember when I was a teenager, you do dumb stuff. You think that you're invincible. You do whatever you want, and you think that nothing's going to happen. So, of course, that's why teenagers up to, I think it was age 23 or something, are more at risk of pregnancy than people older than that, and STDs as well. That's coming right out of my health book right there, guys. But, it's like, I kind of like what Goon said. You hope that you don't get a teen pregnancy, and if you do, you deal with it the best way you can. So whatever your beliefs are, your values are, you deal with it in your way. That's right. Moving on. Thanks, Jimmy, for that one. And he asked my opinions of him specifically. I think he's okay. Panda Cat Studio asks me if I ever broke up any fights in my school. I break up fights in my school all the time. We just had like I said, last week we had a pretty nasty thing that happened in my school. We had multiple students arrested, and I was pretty heavily involved in that one.
Wow.
clean things up. So it's just part of the job where I work, and it sucks, but it's part of it. So moving on.
The pit bull rolling in and breaking it up, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to be looked at as the pit bull, but yeah, you know, I jump in.
He
when
works
I
out,
jump
man.
in when I
He
have
works
to.
out.
Yeah, the moose.
What sucks the most though is that I really like all the kids. Like we have different kids and we have some tough kids, but I get along with them really well. So whenever you see them that are, you know, just gonna do something stupid, get themselves in more trouble than they can handle, or hurt somebody or hurt themselves, you know, I want to get in there because I care about those kids. I don't want something dumb happening. So, but it sucks to see kids that you care about doing things like that. So, last question that I have, guys. This is the last one. If you guys don't come up with some questions in the chat right now, then we are gonna basically turn off the show, sum it up. We're already 50 minutes in, so it's been running pretty good. So if you have any questions, if you want us to discuss anything else, just throw a topic in the chat. If you guys could keep an eye on it too, bring down any ones that you may think are discussion topics, definitely do that. But the last one is from Scully for the win. It's another one for me. Do I have any kids or students that I know that know my YouTube channel? And a lot of my students know that I have a YouTube channel and that it takes up a lot of my life. They don't know what game I play for the most part. Sometimes I'll wear a Clash Bashing shirt to school or a P.E.K.K.A. shirt, so those that play the games may know, but they don't know my channel. I think there's 1 or 2 students who actually do know my channel, but luckily they're students that don't go around and spread it around. So, but no, for the most part, I don't broadcast it at all. Last thing I need are, you know, my students in here trying to chat it up with me, making it awkward, getting me in trouble with my bosses. So, no.
Hey. There's one by Mike Pryor, Echo. He says, what new troops would you like to see come into COC?
Ooh. I mean, are we talking troops from other Supercell games? Because we could think of a million troops just out of the top of our head, but, you know.
I want to see Spider-Man come into COC. That would be great.
That would be, what would be pretty cool? If they had a Clash of Clans game it was Marvel or like a superhero, and you basically deployed like Iron Man coming in, you could cook up like 4 Iron Mans. You could donate a whole. That would be cool, though. I always think.
I think so, Duke. I didn't even think of Iron Man,
I'll have
dude.
to admit that, yeah.
Wow. I mean, Arena of Valor, they have a contract with DC, so you got Batman and Superman and stuff in there. That'd be cool. That would be cool to do something like that.
Yeah, if you're talking about new troops, it would be pretty cool if they utilized, say, maybe the water, something from the water there. Maybe a little bit of a help. Coming in from like mortar, like water mortars.
Like Ariel and Flounder and Sebastian?
Maybe like cannons from the ship.
That's Boom Beachish right there.
It is Boom Beachish.
Well, yeah.
Or you could have like Aborigines come out of the woods. Something like that. That's a little different. So, yeah.
Eric Gray asks us, do you think Town Hall 9 will fizzle out in war since Town Hall 10 will be easier to 3-star? I personally think Town Hall 9 will fizzle out in war when Town Hall 12 comes around because top tier clans are going to be 10, 11, and 12.
Pretty much.
Until then, I don't think they're going to fizzle.
Van Goon's going to have to upgrade to 10. Right.
Yeah. Can I just be 11? I got an 11. I just keep my 9s and I'll play them like 8s. I mean, I'll try to get my 11 ranked up so then they'll drop 12 and I have to grind some more. Yeah,
I just want to see what it looks like. You guys know I love like the artistic side of it, so I just want to see what Town Hall 12 looks like. I don't care what comes with it. I want to see the color scheme because that's going to lead into like the other upgrades of like the archer towers, the walls. Maybe they'll go back to that blue, the electric blue from circa.
I was just thinking the same exact thing. I like that blue.
So,
I would love to see the blue come back.
Yeah, true. Those blue walls were pretty cool looking, man. I guess it didn't go with the town hall, but man, they were pretty cool.
Yeah, now it looks like Gods of Olympus or something like that.
Do we think when Town Hall 12 comes, it's going to bring a new troop or spells? I'd say probably. It's got to bring something besides a building, right? And a couple more cannons.
Yeah, another thing I think, too, once they start to go into more upgrades, I don't think you necessarily have to expand the map. I think you should then have to maybe choose, like, out of, like, these defenses, you get, like, 30 defensive, buildings to put down, but you might have, like, 36. So your base builders might have to pick and choose. Maybe you only throw down, like 2 expos because you're bringing in, like, a 3rd Inferno. I don't think you should have to put down every single defensive building. So keep the map the size it is, but maybe start to juggle things around. They can change every single war. You know, if you're going up against a clan who's like an air clan, you know, you're throwing out an extra, air defense as opposed to a cannon. So I think that's something, if you could toggle things in and out and keep things on the bench, that might be an idea.
Would that be based on space on the map or maximum number of defenses?
Yeah, no, I think you might have like 30 defensive spots, but you have like maybe 34 defensive buildings that you can choose from. So you have to pick and choose what you want to put in there. So maybe they do something with that, because you don't want the map to get huge as you're going Town Hall 12, Town Hall 13. Next thing you know, the map's getting really big because you have more like wall spaces and whatnot.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Something definitely different that we don't see in the game now. Legion 7 asked about his question. I can't find it, though. So, if you want to ask it again, brother, let me know. I just scrolled all the way up. I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
I would like to see blue, though. When I was watching one of those throwback videos that was shared in the game, because I know they shared a bunch of old videos, one of them, I think it was from Clash with Ash, was a video with those blue walls, and it just it made me remember them and miss those days. That was like 3 years ago, I think, or 2.5 years ago with those blue walls.
Yeah, like Ash and Galadon rolling them out.
Yeah. John's asking, shouldn't there be some more troops in Clash Royale? I think they do a nice job of bringing new troops. Sometimes they bring so many new troops I can't even keep up with them. You can't even upgrade them in time to make them playable on ladder. Duke, I know you're an expert in Clash Royale.
Yeah, that's gone. No, the thing that makes me so mad is like some of the troops I can't get, and I know I'll never get. So that's, I think miner, like the miner, I wanted to miner so bad, and unless I pay for it, which I'm not dropping money on CR. So that's another thing that led to my frustration to axe it.
Yeah, I actually did drop money on Clash Royale, but all cash for apps money, nothing actually out of my pocket, but the miner wasn't anything that great, to be honest with you, man. So I wanted him really bad, too.
Braden Jackson wants to know, how frequently do you get 6-packs in War or 3-star in Multi?
I mean, what's a 2-star? I always get 6-packs. Come on, we're YouTubers, man. We get 6-packs in every war.
You got the 5-pack last war.
Yeah. Hey.
I actually got a 3-star today. I am low-key over in, well, I'm back over in heavy hitters, but I got to go do another war attack. I slipped over to a level 1 clan from Global, and, on the DL, I'm doing war attacks over there.
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
I 3-starred like a Town Hall 10 with like level 11 heroes. So I was excited about it. So it was all good. Might not show up on my channel, but
that could be fun.
I think it's
channel,
good.
Man.
I think our hit rates are going to pick up with everybody else's right now. But for me, it's hit or miss. It depends. It just depends on what I got going on. If it's a YOLO at work day, or if I got time to plan. Sometimes a 6-pack. Sometimes I'm sucking eggs. One way or the other. It just depends on the day.
Yeah, I'm usually good for 2 at least. Although 2 stars doesn't mean so much. It doesn't really help. But I do pick up 3 stars in War occasionally. It's hard. I'm still having a hard time. I'm an average attacker. I actually don't participate in War that much, just because I'm always jumping between my 3 clans I cover. So, like, I literally was in War last night while I was streaming. I didn't even know. Jim M told me, you're going to come over and do your hits. So I'm like, yes, I will. So I head over there. I did my hits, and then I went back to where I was supposed to be over here in Divine Justice. So when you make videos every day, when you're jumping clan to clan, it's really difficult to be part of all the wars, in my opinion, on my schedule. But I do like to get in there a little bit just for some fun. So I get a 3-star once in a while, 6-pack never. I just don't do it. I'm a Town Hall 10. And I don't pull in 6-packs. But one day. Late sleeper
Braden
asks,
Jackson. He likes our spring trap. Echo.
He likes our spring trap. I'm glad. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
I like this. I like the spring trap too, man. This show's fun.
Everybody loves the spring trap,
right? Late sleeper asks, any word on Brawl Stars? You guys want to take that?
I kind of bailed. I know Goon didn't even get into it. I tried to, but at the time with playing Clash and doing what we do and trying to play CR and Brawl Stars, there's just too much going on and working full time, and Not dropping any money into it, that's another thing too, which is killer. It just got to be too much. But I'm still not hearing anything whether it's going to go global. They keep updating it, and I think it's really hurting because they're making people so angry. All the Android users are getting so mad, and I think they feel like they're going to be left behind. So I don't know if that ship sailed or what, but they're still pushing it.
Yeah, I think they are. They had a couple of big updates in the game. Me personally, I can cover 3 games. That's like my limit for regular content on the channel. So Clash of Clans is obviously number 1. We have Clash Royale as a second. And it was either between Brawl Stars or Arena of Valor. And me personally, Arena of Valor is just so different. I really enjoy it. I like that it's not a Supercell game, so it's not, you know, the same cartoony type stuff. Pretty awesome game. If you guys haven't tried it out, you definitely should. It's free to play. So I chose recently that I'm going to be covering Arena of Valor weekly, probably twice a week, on top of my Clash of Clans stuff, and I'll throw Clash Royale in there as well. So I actually deleted Brawl Stars from my phone and my tablet, which is, you know, once it's deleted, it's pretty much gone. Partially because I really wasn't so great. I struggled with the game, and second, you know, I had to make that choice, and I went with Arena of Valor. So.
Well, let me ask you guys this, like Brawl Stars, for instance. I never downloaded it. My thing is, like, I play first-person shooters on the PS4, far superior if I want to play a first-person shooter, obviously, on that. Of course, now Brawl Stars is more of a third-person shooter, but Star Wars I can play in third. But compared to Angry Birds, like, what's Brawl Stars? I mean, are they on the same level? I mean, what?
No. It's pretty much 3-on-3. I think it's more esports worthy than, say, Clash of Clans. I don't know if I struck a nerve there, but
no, it definitely is. Clash of Clans is an esports worthy.
Yeah,
really.
Going after each other. There's strategy behind each player and whatnot. It's just, I mean, the graphics are a little bit more hokey, but it's still, you know, it's a legit 3-on-3. There's strategy, there's teamwork involved into it. So, you know, you got to know what you're doing. 'Cause like I said, I struggled with it, just like Echo did. So
it's a good game.
Yeah, because I tried to play World of Tanks on the phone. Like, you know, I had World of Tanks on the PS4, and I seen you could buy it or get it for the phone for free. So I downloaded it, and I just didn't like the way the games feel. You know, as far as you're turning on the phone. I mean, I'm used to having a controller in my hands, you know, dealing with it that way, and it just felt weird to me, a little foreign doing it that way. It's different.
It takes getting used to, but Brawl Stars isn't a bad game. I like it, and I actually still watch Lex's YouTube channel. He solely covers Brawl Stars. I enjoy the content. It's just not a game that I really, you know, it's because I sucked at it. It's really what it came down to. I struggled, and I don't like sucking at things, so. I have a question from Eric Gray. He says, is it possible for you guys to show Town Hall 10 3-star attacks without Clan Castle troops? And Jim M actually answered that for us, and he said, if you're attacking without Clan Castle troops, you're in the wrong clan. So basically, there's no reason to attack in war without Clan Castle troops. You need to have them. There's no excuse to attack without them.
And well, that's I'm with Jim on that 100%, and I'm the same way. Like, I had a guy ask me about attacks with no heroes, and I'm just like, well, I don't know where to get those, man, but that's not happening in the circle. I can assure you that.
It can happen while farming. I mean, when I was doing my mass miner farming, I would attack without Clan Castle troops, and when my heroes were upgrading, I would still attack, but I was in low leagues. I was in Crystal 3 when I was doing that, so I was attacking, you know, dead bases, lower level bases. So for farming, that's fine. I never would bother my clan mates for troops unless if I was streaming while I was farming, just because I could get it done, get what I needed to get done without bothering them for the troops. But in war,
I do that too.
Yeah.
I never request farming troops typically. No,
but for war, you have to. You need your troops.
You don't need them.
I always do. I deserve it. So give me. I show you guys on the YouTubes, and I deserve your troops back. So,
Give me those troops. Payment.
Give me your bowlers and your quakes.
Payment. We had best strategy for pushing the Titans. Currently using Bow Witch. I'm using Bow Witch. Healed Bow Witch actually. When I'm pushing the Titans, miners they fizzled out for me when I got up there, so I couldn't use the miners as effectively. What do you guys say for Titans attack strategies?
I think anything that works in war, anything that you see like is a war comp, I think can work in pushing. So I mean, I pushed the Titans. I didn't go above that, but you know I think what you see is working in war. Just roll it right over to over to your push. That's what I think, basically.
Okay, I agree. I have Braden Jackson asking another question, and I don't know the answer to this one. Maybe you guys do. When I attack friendly attacks in the clan, and it says boost troops, if he uses the boost troop option, does he lose it, or does he get to keep it because it was only in a friendly attack? I don't know the answer. I haven't used any of my boosts yet.
I have no idea. I hadn't either, because the ones that I've actually done the challenges in, unfortunately, are on my Town Hall 9s, the clans that I've done them in, and so I don't need to boost anything. So I don't know. I hadn't even used any of the spells. I did compete some of the games, got some stuff, thought that was pretty cool. Seen a lot of activity, but as far as actually using the spells, I just hadn't. I hadn't needed them.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't do friendly challenges. I'm a lurker, so that's about it. if I'm in the clan, I'm usually like recording or farming, or I usually don't get to jump in with the guys, which I should. It makes you. I always tell guys when they ask about certain army comps, I said use it in friendly challenge, but then I turn around and I never friendly challenge. So
you don't practice what you preach, man.
I don't.
I friendly when I can, but I always the clans I cover, I always put the eyeballs on them. The little eyeballs on your emojis. Let them know I'm in there typically, and I will say hey or whatever. But you're right though. We got to get that content and get it recorded and stay on task most of the time. Yeah.
I got Panda asking us, what are our thoughts on music production? Have any of us ever done music making or anything about it, or what are our thoughts on it?
I like music. That's about it.
Music, I had my bass I just had out, and I just put it back in the closet. But, if I had time, something that I would love to do, I love music and sitting down and listen, especially when I edit a video or when I'm doing a thumbnail, I'll pop my headphones on and basically having a playlist going on YouTube. But yeah, I know Echo was big in music.
Yeah, I mean, I love listening to music, especially high intensity hardcore or even some heavy dubstep when I work out. But back in the day, before my YouTube time, I was in a band, a metal band, and I played shows. It was kind of a big deal, It was kind of awesome, and that all went down the pipes though when my band broke up. But it was definitely a highlight of my life actually when I was in the band. It was pretty darn cool, being on stage and performing and stuff like that. I did that for about a year. I played guitar, and it was some pretty brutal music. So yeah, I love music. It's a great avenue for many people, and go for it. We have Corrupt asking a question. Corrupt is asking, is it fine to war without the king? Isn't this someone from the circle here, Corrupt?
No.
Yes.
No?
Well, no, he's from the circle. That's the question. However, I mean, I think you can. I wouldn't. I think you need both your royals, and obviously, depending on if it's a regular spin versus a league match. Obviously, a regular spin, maybe the bases aren't quite as hard as league play. So, yeah, you could do a queen walk variant and maybe get away with it, like a queen walk Lalo or something like that, TDH. And the king's only basically used for the funnel at that point. But you're definitely going to miss him. He's important to the attack.
Yeah, what happens if...
For funnel. I mean, a lot of times in queen walks, you're just using him to funnel, but look how many buildings he takes down before he dies. And that's stuff you don't have to clean up at the end.
I say you're delegated to the defenseless number 30 on the bottom. That's where you go. That's what I say. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
You take that one.
The wallless base in the bottom.
I love it.
But you don't want to be the guy that gets 98% and attacked without his king,
Right.
You just don't want to be in that position. And yes, you can triple without your king, but
yes,
it's probably what is it? Is the king the second best troop in the game behind the queen? I think so.
Yeah, you'd have to say so.
Just the ability alone, in my opinion.
Because he's such a tank. He's a golem with the big sword. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Plus he goes raw. That's always cool. I wish the golem did something like that.
I've never heard him, guys. I've never played with the sound on this game.
No,
ever.
I don't play with it often, but I have heard him roar.
I tried it once. when I first downloaded the game, and I found it distracting. It was distracting to me.
I keep mine off. I definitely do. But every now and again, I'll turn it on. I'll touch that Halloween flower. If you touch that thing, it makes a pretty cool noise too. Flower.
Really?
That sounded pretty good there, dude.
I've got all those things, man.
I
need to go do that.
Braden Jackson asks us, he says he wants to start a Clash of Clans YouTube channel. He has an HP computer. What else do we suggest? I'm assuming you have a phone or something as well. It depends on how serious you're going to take it, Braden. I'll start this off and let the other guys take over. I mean, for me, my first 6 months on YouTube, I just used a tablet and my computer, and I used a screen recorder, and I used a little editing program called Power Director on my tablet, and I was able to produce something of decent quality. You know, you wouldn't be able to tell that it was just being screen recorded on my phone. But you get to a point on YouTube, if you start to see growth and you start to see that you're ready to improve, you want to start adding a face cam and stuff, that, you know, you have to start investing in other things. You know, either HD60 type thing from the Elgato. You need a computer that can process stuff better. You need a legit editing program. Right. So for me, you know, I started out with just a tablet, but now I have a gaming computer, my phone, I have a laptop. I mean, my gaming computer, my phone, my iPad, the mic, I have the Elgato. You know, I basically have everything now. But you guys have anything to add to that?
Well, for me, I still use simple stuff, but I did buy a new PC not too long ago, probably, I don't know, a few months ago, but definitely changed up a little bit of how I record, but I still keep it a lot more simple than I think you and Duke do. I don't have the cam as much, the green screen, all that good stuff, but I keep it as simple as possible. But I will say this, starting out in Clash of Clans right now, it's pretty tough. I mean, if you do it because you love it, that's what you do, man. It's definitely make sure that you're not in it to try to bust out and get all these subs and all that stuff. Make sure it's something you actually want to do, because it does require a lot of time and a lot of love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, none of us here, and we've said this, I think, in every stream, because someone always asks this question, we're not making much money at all. You know, it's not like we're rolling any dough from what we're doing. We're definitely, if you put in the number of hours that we put into YouTube, and, you know, calculated that with the amount of money that we bring in, we would do a lot better getting a part-time minimum wage job.
Exactly.
A real lot better than doing what we do.
I just have to work an extra day at work, man. I mean, I could probably take me, you, and Duke out, you know, to McDonald's with what I've made so far in a year. So there you go. If that's what you guys want to do, if you think it's glamorous, it's not. We do what we do for the love of the game. That's what we do, guys, and to help people out. That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, certainly not lucrative, but
no,
it's about us. No. It's about this. Yeah.
I don't know. I do it for the 1 million subs.
You're pushing that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. No, but really, it's because we love the game. I mean, that's the truth right there. None of us are going to become rich off of this. We love the game. But as far as Clash of Clans, you know, this is a game that's been out for 5 years. You could definitely do videos on Clash of Clans, but it's been out for 5 years. You know, I'd say if I were brand new today, I would jump into something brand new. And, you know, talking about the games that we were just mentioning, Brawl Stars or Arena of Valor, they're two brand new games, and you know, I think there's more of an opportunity to do well and get large using those two games than Clash of Clans. So much competition in Clash of Clans. Think about it. You jump into Brawl Stars, you don't have to worry about anybody that doesn't have an Apple device. So I think, what is it, 25% of the world has Apple products, and 75% have Android. So you already are you know, getting a jump start on all the Android people.
Right. Yeah. Well, Clash of Clans has been around forever, and you know, we'll just ride it out.
Yep. Exactly.
Right.
But we're already in the game, so different for us. But guys, I don't see any more questions. You guys have anything else you want to discuss before we give kisses goodbye? I guess that's a no.
Questions. You know, I feel like we're like Mike Rowe at the end of Dirty Jobs. It's like, all right, guys, let's get those questions in. And guys, look, next show, go on Twitter at me and Echo, hashtag Springtrap. Put the questions in. That way, we'll throw them up on the ticker. If you can't think of one by then, obviously we answer them in the chat as well. So definitely get some questions. Whatever subjects, as you've seen today, we went all directions. So it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, and big thanks to these guys for having me on. And I always enjoy it. I love these guys. I love you guys. So it's all a good time.
That's warm and fuzzy. Yeah, but yeah, guys. Again, if you haven't checked out Duke or Goon, you definitely should. Their links are in the description. This is Goon and My show. Although it's taking place on my channel, Goon is still as part of this as I am. This is just where it's hosted. So if you haven't yet subscribed to him, you definitely should. And Duke is very worthy himself. And like I said, guys, he's on his way to 10,000 subscribers. Like he said, he's not going to make it by the new year. That's one day from now. But let's get him there soon. Check out his videos. And someone did ask if they watch all of the ads on our videos, does that help us? Yes, I don't know how much it does, but the more you watch of an ad, the more that the creator will make. So thank you for doing that. It's really cool of you. But guys, that's been it. I think we hit on a lot of questions. Our topics were all covered. You guys were awesome in the chat as well. Thank you so much. You guys are always a huge part of the show, which is why we do it live, really. And if you missed some of this stuff, you can always come back on the channel. It should process in about an hour. It'll be there in full for you guys to watch later on tonight or tomorrow, whenever. Maybe when you're driving into work, just don't watch the screen. Maybe you just listen to it. You don't have to watch us. But that's been it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back next weekend. Not yet sure who our guest is going to be. This is 5 episodes. We had 4 guests. Week 1 was just me and Goon talking about the show. So week 6 coming next week with hopefully someone as exciting as Clashing Duke. I hope you all have a great New Year's. Have a safe New Year's. If you drink, stay home and don't drive. And any last loving things? I know Goon, you had some really heart-throbbing type things to say last stream.
Well, hey guys, let's start out this new year fresh. Hey, just start over. If you had a bad year in 2017, make sure it don't happen in 2018. Do your best. Do your best to have a good year. I mean, take a new attitude if you need an adjustment. I mean, whatever, Make amends with people if you got some issues with people. Just make it a good year. That's all I got to say.
Right.
And that's it, guys. So we're going to end it right here. Thanks again so much. We appreciate you guys. We've appreciated you all through 2017, and it's going to be the same through 2018. We'll see you over there on the other side. Take care, guys, and be good.
See you
later.